Was Vettel's penalty justified? Let's dive in and see. It's about midway through the Canadian Grand Prix, and Lewis Hamilton is chasing Sebastian Vettel for the win. And Vettel makes a slight error going into turn 3, I think that is, and he gets a little snap of oversteer and he has to correct it. So when he corrects it, he goes off the track and onto the grass. And then Hamilton is very close behind, obviously, so he's going to try to go around the outside through the corner, and then Vettel eventually squeezes him to the wall, so Hamilton has to back out and Vettel keeps the position. Now, I am a Lewis Hamilton fan, but I'm going to try to keep that bias away and looking at this incident from the perspective of both drivers, both Hamilton and Vettel, and draw conclusions. So let's put ourselves in Sebastian's place. Obviously, he is put under pressure from Hamilton, who has been chasing him down the whole race, and he makes a slight error. I guess you could call that error due to pressure. Who knows, he could have just made that error on his own. Either way, he made a mistake. He gets a little snap of oversteer, which he has to correct, and then he goes off onto the grass. And then as he goes back on, his tires are kind of more slippery than they should be. So he has no grip and he can't leave the space for Hamilton not to overtake him, and he eventually squeezes him to the wall. And in his point of view, that penalty wasn't justified because he couldn't do anything, having no grip and very limited control of his car. Then, if we take a look from Hamilton's onboarding point of view, here, as he sees Vettel go wide onto the grass, he tries to get that momentum and go alongside him. But as he goes alongside him, obviously Vettel squeezes him to the wall and he has to back out in order not to crash and keep himself in the race. And then Vettel gets a 5-second time penalty, which most of the people and Vettel himself thought it was unfair. And to some extent, from my point of view, I think it's unfair. I mean, given that I was Vettel, I would say it was unfair because that wasn't worthy of a 5-second penalty. But I think it was worthy of some sort of reprimand because Vettel made a mistake on his own. I mean, if the track was a little bit wider, Hamilton would have went past Vettel and he would have taken the lead. And I would say Hamilton would have stayed in first place because I remember during the race they had very similar pace. So yeah, so I would say it was fair to give him a penalty, but it wasn't fair to give him such a penalty.